Alright, how's it going, boys? My name is Astro, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 build. Now, the build, obviously, you're probably seeing on my screen right now, obviously, based off of the two exotics that I have equipped. You guys probably have already seen this build before, but I'm just going to make a video on it anyways, just because why not? So, the build today is a Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun build. This build you can get 2 Golden Gun shots with the build because of not only because of Celestial Nighthawk, but because of the new exotic Still Hunt in the game. Still Hunt has the trait Cage Retribution. Pick up orbs of power or land precision hits to charge this weapon's super bar. This weapon has a small little super bar. Once you fill it, you can long press X basically to, quote, reload it. It's very similar to Izanagi's reload animation, sort of, but basically what it does is it pops it like it's going to be a golden gun shot. This gun specifically synergizes with Celestial Nighthawk. Now, Celestial Nighthawk, what does it do? Hawkeye Hack. Precision Final Blows reduce the cooldown of your super. Now, that's already good, but what the key of this, this exotic perk is that it'll take Golden Gun and turn it into one singular high damage shot. If you defeat the target that you shot, it'll give you super energy and the target will explode, basically. But typically, that's never going to happen unless you one-shot, a champion or something like that, basically. So that's the whole gist of that. We're going to get into the super and the subclass now. Now, I'm going to be running a Prismatic subclass with this. You can run the solar subclass if you want. I'm personally running Prismatic just because if you have Prismatic for this, it'll make the ad clearing for this build a lot better. And I'll explain why here in a couple of seconds. Now, for your super, you're going to want to have Golden Gun for this build. Why? Because you're going to be popping your super constantly, doing high damage to bosses or just high health enemies, basically. Yellow bar enemies, tormentors, whatever you can get your hands on, basically, and see. Unstoppables, overloads, barriers. Sky's the limit right now with this. I'm actually going to be running Gambler's Dodge because of my melee ability, Combination Blow. Whenever I dodge, I get my melee back. I punch, I get the dodge back. I do it again, basically. It's that funny little glitch that's been in the game. Well, not a glitch, but it's the funny little hack that's been in the game for quite a while, since year 1. A lot of hunters love doing this because you can just one-punch all the ads in your way, and not only that, gain your health back at the same time. I love this cheat. It's just a funny, cheesy way just to, clear ads pretty quickly. We're going to be running Swarm Grenade with this. It's kind of nice just to throw this down, and I don't have to throw it down in a specific spot. I can just throw it down, and enemies will eventually run into it. They don't run into it right away sometimes, but it's just nice to have that. For the aspects, we're going to be running Threaded Spectre. Whenever you dodge, you are going to get... you're going to not only get a decoy that spawns, but you're going to have that decoy get destroyed half the time because the ads will get distracted by it. They'll shoot it, and then Threadlings will spawn out of it. You guys should already know that if you've ran Strand for a long time now. Now, Gunpowder Gamble is another thing we're going to be using in this build. It's another ad clearing type of aspect. Basically, whenever I charge up the meter for it, I will be able to throw this big boy nuke at an enemies, and the rest is history. You guys already know, once you shoot it, it ignites, and everything in that radius of that Gunpowder Gamble grenade explodes. I love this thing. It's still one of my favorite aspects in the game because just how fun it is. Just to see everything suddenly disappear right in front of you like that. So, it's great. For our fragments, we're going to be running the Faceted Protection. Whenever I'm surrounded by combatants and I'm Transcendent, I will become more resistant to incoming damage. I'm going to be running the Facet of Hope. Whenever I have an elemental buff, dark or light, it doesn't matter. My class ability is going to regenerate a lot quicker. Whenever I have the now for this third one, it's going to be Facet of Courage. Whenever I have a target that has a darkness debuff, my light abilities are going to do more damage. Facet of Ruin is going to be our next one. I have this just to make the solar ignitions bigger because I have Gunpowder Gamble. Now you kind of see why those two work so well together, because it'll turn the entire... Oops, I did not mean to do that. It'll turn the entire small radius that Gunpowder Gamble does have into this just giant nuke that just goes off. hence being the size of the mini nukes that you can launch in Fallout 4 with the big boy. Facet of Purpose. Whenever I pick up an Orb of Power, you guys already know what this is based off of what your super is. Mine is a solar super. I'm going to get restoration from this. Finally, Facet of Bravery. Whenever I defeat a target with a grenade, I will get volatile rounds for my void weapons. I'm not running void weapons in this. Instead, I'm running this specifically for my melee final blows. So whenever I get that, I get unraveling rounds to my strand weapons. Hence why I'm running the Call. So whenever I get kills with a melee, I can get, you know, unraveling rounds to my Call sidearm, basically, which is really good. Now, let's get on to the mods real quick. For our helmet, we're going to have a Strand Siphon and Hands-On, just so I can get my super energy quicker from melee kills. I'll probably switch to Ashes to Assets, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. Just because I think the melee would be better. For our chest armor, I'm running one unflinching solar aim just because sometimes it's a pain in the butt when you're getting shot by ads and you're trying to shoot a boss's head or wherever the crit spot is, whether that be a tormentor's chest, whatever it is. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to shoot it just because the ads are very annoying and you flinch a lot with a sniper, obviously. And then, you know, whatever damage resistance you want for whatever activity you're running, the choice is yours there. For our legs, we're going to be running 3 solar surges. I'm not even going to explain why. You guys can already figure it out for yourself. Bonus weapon damage is just great to have overall. And then finally, for our hunter cloak, we're going to be running powerful attraction. So whenever I activate my class ability, it'll automatically collect nearby orbs of power. I have bomber and I have reaper. It's always good to get your abilities back quickly depending on what you have on. So basically that's the build. For your 2 other weapons of choice, like I said, preferably have strand weapons with this build. It'll just make it a little bit easier. Try to have a strand LMG. I don't have a good one, but I do have a strand LMG equipped just because Sever with Slice. But like I said, I know there's a better strand LMG in the game that I gotta go find someday. Right now, I'm sticking with the Call. That's the build, basically. It's not as insane as the 1-2 punch hunter build that is currently in the game, breaking everything because of the new exotic cloak that's in the game or class items that came to the game last week. So yeah, no, that's not totally insane of a build, but it's a good damage build just to have if you're going to go run Salvation's Edge, which is basically where this build came from because people were getting DPS checked in at the Witness. Not shocking at all, considering day 1, I think the first completion was like 30 hours, which is already insane itself. But yeah, that's going to do for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to let the rest of the gameplay play out for you guys. If you like the videos, you know, please hit the like button, comment, share with people, share with friends, whatever you want to do. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you all, and have a good day.